Okay, moving on to the euro pound now. We can see here on the daily, last week not last week, the week before, we kind of found support at this 84.40 level, and then on the Tuesday we removed that to the close, and we've not retested that yet. So I mean, on this daily chart now, we've actually completed the TD buy setup, which kind of snuck up on me. I didn't quite see this happening, although it doesn't really change anything that I've been looking at or anything. So, but it's an interesting development there. Obviously, we already have the TD buy set up on the weekly chart, so I'm kind of looking now at this pair to have a bit of a bounce fairly soon. But I'd like to see it get to at least the 82.17 level first before we get any kind of bounce. Um, on the monthly, we still have a long way to go before we complete a buy setup on the monthly, and the levels that have been removed are not really, they've not really been shown to be any sort of strong kind of levels on this monthly chart. The way things have been sort of closing and testing. So yeah, I mean, looking at this, I mean, we took a good trade on a short on this earlier, but I think it's starting to look like it could have a bit of a bounce. To be honest, having the buy set up on the daily and the weekly. So yeah, if we can get to that 82.17, possibly even the 80 level before we make a thrust bar on this daily chart, then I think it would be quite wise to maybe pin back any short positions you've got and look to go long temporarily. I mean, if we do get a bounce straight on the back of this 9 count, I would then sort of be looking at that 84.40 area as a good level to sell, to try and get back into the trend. Um, yeah, I mean, if we do break that 82.17 first, obviously that 84.40 would be a nice target if we could get long on the back of a buy setup, a TDF buy setup here. So yeah, I mean, hopefully if it can get down to that 80 11 target before we make a daily thrust bar, that would be perfect, and then we could target that 84.40 level on a longer term sort of not longer term, but more than intraday on a couple of weeks sort of basis here. Um, so yeah, basically bearish, and if we break that 82.17, expect the bearish trend to continue, but I'd expect to see a bounce before it does. So we could come up to test the trend line again, and that could be where we fail. Um, yeah, so going into the week, I'm not really looking to do anything. Just kind of keep an eye on it though for a possible bounce. If we bounce from here, 84.40 is a good selling level, and if we make it down to the 82.17 on the weekly at least, and then possibly the 80.11, and then make a thrust bar, then it could be quite a good opportunity to buy in the sort of short term. Okay, cheers.